Good morning, family. Welcome to today's Lessons for Life. Today is Saturday, November 29, 2008. And today we're reading Exodus chapter 11. And this chapter is actually a pretty short chapter. I, as always, encourage you to read chapter 2 for yourself to see what you get from it. But there's always something that you can learn from reading the Word of God. So as I was reading this, I was really thinking, because there's so many different things we see going back and forth, these different plagues that's happening to the land of Egypt, and the Lord is protecting those in the land of Goshen, the children of Israel. And I was really just considering, I know everything in life happens for a reason, and everything in the Word of God happens for a reason. I'm really just thinking, well, why is it taking so long with this? All these different things have to happen to Pharaoh, and we see here even in the first verse where it says that he's going to do just one more plague, just one more plague. And he said it's going to get to a point where Pharaoh's going to thrust them out, thrust the children of Israel out of Egypt. And I believe that was a lesson even in that as to why it's taking so long and why these different things have to happen. But he said it's going to get to the point where Pharaoh's really going to put the people out, just kick them out, thrust them out. And I believe the lesson that we can get from this in life is that, certain things have to happen and get to a point where we're actually forced to leave our present situation, because as many people know, change is strange, and when we're comfortable in certain situations, we sometimes allow ourselves to be satisfied or to be content with certain things that it's just comfortable for us. But sometimes it has to get to a point where it's so uncomfortable, where we're actually forced out and we're forced into doing something that even is our destiny, something that even though the children of Israel, I believe they saw these different things happening, and they saw they were protecting the land of Goshen. I'm sure that not all of them wanted to leave the land of Egypt, because many of them grew up there, and that's their home. So I'm sure not all of them wanted to leave. So that's why these things had to happen. So even this last one, so that Pharaoh would actually put them out and force them to go out. So even in our own lives, we'll see certain things happening in our life that's really just pushing us or really propelling us into our destiny, even things that we don't necessarily like or want to happen, but you can now see them really as a motivation for you to move from a present situation, which might be just okay, as opposed to a better situation, which will which will require us to change some things in our life. So an example of that, I would think, with my job. And I know, several years ago I started my own business, but at that point I was working for another company. And I know many people want to start doing business, and what happens is it's very comfortable working for another person, because you're not responsible. You just get your check, at the end of the week or whatever day you get your check, and it's not the responsibility on you to make sure you're getting paid, and it's just a very comfortable situation to work for another person. But I knew my desire and my goal was really to own my own business. And when I was working for this other company, it just began, some little things started happening that just made it really uncomfortable for me to be in working for another company. And I didn't have to get thrust out like the children of Israel. I didn't have that level of tolerance, but it was just little things that were happening that just really were pushing me towards starting my own business. And I see that as how we can even take this lesson for life, just to realize and really recognize certain things that happen in life, really just to push us out of our just comfortable stage and really push us into what might be even greater for us in life. So with that, really, that's today's lessons for life, that just recognize certain things, and being pushed into your destiny might take you being thrust out sometimes and being made so uncomfortable that you can't bear whatever you're experiencing. But a lot of times, if you change or if you make that move and you act in really just that faith in God, then you'll be putting yourself into a greater situation. So by you just remaining comfortable is actually you not really acting, I guess, in faith, but just really being satisfied and just taking whatever is given to you. So it's an act of faith really to move from that situation. And I believe that's today's lessons for life, and that's what I got from this chapter. And like I gave the example, but it's not just only with the job, but with other things in life too. So with that, go ahead and create yourself a wonderfully blessed day today, and we will talk again tomorrow.